Ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to introduce a lawyer, High Court Advocate of Kenya. He is an amazing, God-fearing gentleman and humorous event host with 10 years. Right now, he's 12 years in events hosting, an experienced, seasoned advocate of the High Court of Kenya for the past 9 years. Gifted singer and a songwriter. We were supposed to do a collab with him, but Jairus Mola told me to stop music and focus on MCing. But now I sing every singer's music, but with a playback. Wealth experience and a professional event host and coordinator, lead MC at MC Wakili events. He is a proficient event host and moderator in the business, law, politics, culture, and entertainment. Upcoming member of parliament, God willing. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Maina. Let me tell you, Maina, help me invite MC Wakili Joe Maina. Joe Maina for you. An amazing advocate and an MC. My goodness. So, karibu sana.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Asante sana.
Asante sana. I love your suit.
I love yours too. We should exchange.
Yeah, you also love mine.
Yeah.
Asante sana.
Kubadilishane bana.
Joe Maina.
Yes sir.
I've introduced you. In 30 seconds, how can you introduce yourself?
Sasa ushani introduce nasema nini tena? What don't you guys know about me? I'm a very simple man. I'm an MC. I'm a lawyer. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I'm born again.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
You're so passionate about, event hosting and especially weddings.
Yes.
I think you earn more in weddings than your law practice. So for those people who are not getting married, kuna mtu anaumia pahali, so please do so. MC Barak High. Now, ladies, Joe Maina.
Yes.
Legally speaking, what is marriage?
Oh, ndoa. So marriage is a union between two opposite sex individuals that is recognized under the laws of Kenya, specifically the Marriage Act. So now that is marriage.
Okay.
Na ukiangalia hiyo act imesema the types of marriages. Unajua hakuna kitu kama Christian marriage. Unajua hakunanga. Ama kwa Biblia kuna mahali mmeona vows. Has anyone ever seen vows in the Bible?
No.
Yeah, so there is Christian marriage. Your Christian marriage is basically the civil marriage. Ni vile tu inafanywa kwa kanisa, lakini ni ile tu ya civil, eh? So Christian, civil, Hindu, Islamic, and then traditional. So there are 5 types of marriages. Mumesikia kama stay hapo?
Hakuna.
Hiyo ni yako.
Yes.
Sawa. So those are the 5 recognized in law.
Okay.
Yes.
So the 5 types. There are 5, right?
Ziko 5.
Yes. I passed through your TikTok, and by chance you were speaking about a wedding you emceed, and after
mtu akachezwa.
How do people avoid, and what was the story behind, and how do people avoid such?
So many to sheria. Simple. One of the first sets that you are taught in law school is that ignorance of the law is not
an reason.
Yeah. It is no defense.
Okay.
Sheria iko, it's public. Enda utafute, jisome. Katiba is public. Go read it. The Marriage Act is public. Go and read it. If you do not know, huwezi kukuja ukasema, but I didn't know.
Yeah.
It is your responsibility as a citizen of this country to know your laws. So what I'll just tell you is that in whatever union you think you are in or you know you are in, read about it, get to know whether it's valid or not. Sawa sawa. Okay?
Yeah.
Sababu utakuja utajipata huko kwa union fulani na kumbe ni mchezo ulikuwa unachezwa. For example, the one I was sharing is that they thought they were married, but when the wife sent me the marriage certificate, I realized the pastor had not signed. And it's a wedding I did. In fact, I did with this guy. You were together with him. This guy is a good friend of mine. So the pastor didn't sign that certificate. But we saw him signing. Okay, so that's a red flag. and then it didn't have a registrar certificate number, which are salient features of a valid certificate. So when I gave it to my contact, someone who works at the registrar of marriages, they just told me outright, this is a fake marriage certificate. And of course the pastor knew about it. No wonder he didn't sign. So there are things that you need to look at. Don't trust anyone, just trust yourself. Nirudie hiyo. Wewe jiamini tu. Huyo mpoa wako unafikiria ndio. Hakuna Yesu huku chini.
Ako juu.
Hapa hakuna Yesu. Wewe jiamini tu wewe. Okay. So but what I will tell you, lawyers don't know the law. We know where the law is. Yeah, so I don't have all your answers, but if you give me time, I can give you the answers. Okay. So take your time. Ukiona mtu anakukimbiza, achana naye. Hata this land transactions, also I usually tell you guys, you keep going for this hot property, you know, inaenda haraka, imebaki 10, you know? Yeah, those things, think about them. Land si mkate, utaenda kwa duka upeane pesa utoke na shamba. It is a process, okay? No wonder even ukienda kwa LSK conditions of purchase, it takes 90 days to purchase land. Why do you think LSK say 90? Because they know. Lakini wewe unaenda kwa pressure huko unaambiwa leta 90% upfront. Where? Ulisikia wapi? So just take your time, come to a lawyer. Don't be afraid to pay us. By the way, we don't bill highly. We just bill for our services. Okay? Wow. But talk to us. So come have at least end up party advice. That 10,000 or 15,000 or 20 you're avoiding to pay a lawyer can cost you $1 million. So you'd rather just hold on or tell that guy, shikilia kidogo, if you're supposed to pay 500, knock off 20, pay a lawyer and tell him, Ebu niangalie hizi documents, are they okay? Anyway, I'm digressing. So issues to do with marriage, my advice would be, just download that. If you go to kenyalaw.org, if you Google it on your phone or in kenyalaw.org, you'll find all the laws in this country. Download any that you want. Okay? Take your time, read it. Na Gen Z's manze, mnanibamba sana wale wako hapa. Because you guys are amazing. You don't need to go into a class to know these things. You guys are tech savvy. So you remember like last year how alichambua Finance Act and Finance Bill, and it just amazed me. So read your laws, ndio kaongo akikuja kuambia kitu, ushajua. So hakuna kudanganywa. Hakuna mjinga tena, tushaelevuka. Yes.
It's amazing. Makofi. So umesema kama ustia yuko hapo. So if I stay with my person for 10 years, does that amount? Hata Mungu anaona 10 years surely.
Narudia tena. Civil, Christian, Hindu, Islamic, African customary. Mumesikia kama stay hapo.
So any marriage without a marriage certificate is not valid.
So what I will tell you is that the courts have been trying to legislate customary. Okay. Sometimes tuenda kotini. Koti imeanza ni kama inaona kunayo. Ni nyinyi wale watu sisi wale watu tuliwachagua tukawapeleka pala parliament ndio walitucheza. Sababu we know them. So Kamu Stay was cleverly removed, but the court is trying to find a way of recognizing it. But my advice would be, it's a dicey affair. Don't go that route. What I'll tell you, for those of us who probably are in uko na huyo mtu wako umekaa na yeye for those years, bare minimum simfanye tu traditional. Siwaambie jamaa wewe bana kuja urashie, ama kama ni for the Kambas wakuja wafanye ndeo na hizo zingine, si ndio? Ama yombo for the Luos If you do the traditional one, you can actually get a certificate for it. All marriages in this country have certificate of marriage. Umenisikia? Yeah. There's a friend of mine who wanted to divorce the husband after being in marriage for over 15 to 20 years, lakini hawakuchukua certificate. If you've been with someone for 20 years and you have around 3 children, you have lived knowing this is my husband, there is a high possibility your assets are intertwined, right?
Yeah.
Kama ni gari, mashamba. So, but the marriage didn't work. So she moves to court to divorce this guy. The court came back and told her, you were not married. There is no marriage to divorce. Why? Because she did not have a certificate. So the next thing that I advised her, go and file another suit probably for matrimonial property and try and see whether you can get something there. Or a civil action. Maybe you say, we were partners, na mimi pia niliinvest hapo. So to try and get something. But hii marriage aliambiwa it doesn't exist. So just do the right thing. Register these unions. Yes.
Amazing. I wish you could add some more time. We could have maybe talked about the divorce processes. But when watu wanakaa hapa, they are very in love, so we want to talk about it today. Let me throw it. Anyone with a question to MC Wakili? Helen has one.
MC, the question that you're trying to avoid is what I'm going to ask. Okay, Wakili, for divorce process to take place in Kenya, how long does it take? Then the other question is, in the case of divorce and you had properties, how is the properties divided? Assuming that when that man came to my life, I had some few properties, and then he had also some few properties, and also we had some properties within the marriage that now we have acquired, both of us. How does that go? And in case of the children, as much as they say a child under the age of 18 years, they, most probably the mother will go with the child. How does that support if the mother is not financially stable? Is there a possibility that the child will end up with the father? Thank you.
Amen. Amazing.
Sawa. Na nyingine?
Any other question?
Sawa.
Okay. Sawa.
Okay.
Sawa.
The first one was, how long does a divorce take place? What do you need for it? For those who joined the session that we had online, I think we went at length about talking about divorce. But just in summary, you can divorce for about 6 grounds that I know of, which is infidelity. Infidelity.
Yeah.
Insanity na ni ile medically proved. Sio tu jamaa yana kanga nikaa michizi hapana. Kuna documents. For better for worse ni wewe. Utakaa na chizi kwa nyumba. Utakuwa bana. Leo anakuona wewe ni dem, kesho anakuona wewe ni bobo. Yes. So insanity medically proved. Number 3, desertion. For 3 years haujawahi ona huyu mtu wako. Okay? Amepotea. Desertion, you can divorce. You don't. Si amepotea. You are married but he's never at home or you are never there. You know? So for 3 years hajakuwa pale. The 5th one, the irreconcilable differences. Vitu zimekama up. You guys can no longer, you know. You can't have a meeting of minds. Hizo nne. Which is the other one? I've said insanity, cruelty, and cruelty is the 5th one. Cruelty basically means it can be physical or emotional. Kuna watu tu ni narcissists. Yeah, and where is she? Something Mariam talked about mental health, and you know, kuna mtu atakudrive to the roof. They'll just keep putting you down, and mental health is very important in marriage. So cruelty you can use it for divorce. So I think those are the ones I can remember for now. Kama kuna nyingine I think I will share. Yes. And then you can go to court. You don't need to agree to go to court for divorce. Atunajua mzee hajakubali ndio tuende kotini, hamuhitaji kuagree. Okay? Yes, hii vitu mnaonanga TV wataneni nazo. Ati nimetumiwa makaratasi ya kusign. Should I sign? In Kenya there is nothing like that. If the marriage does not work, you can rise up, go to court, so long as you have those grounds and you prove the court will nullify the marriage. You don't need him, you don't need her in court. If they don't come to court, better for you, it will be faster. If they come to court, they can either challenge and say, Apana, this thing is working, she's lying. Provide the evidence that the other party is lying. So you don't need the other party's consent, you can be given. When it comes to properties, imepata. Number one, prenup, hapa Kenya, last I checked, it's not recognized. That, like the way you're saying, because marriage is sacred. Sasa uambie mse, before ni marry, sign hapa kwanza that, hiyo kitu hakuna hapa. What I'll just tell you is that whatever you acquired before the marriage is yours. Whatever you acquire together inside the marriage is considered matrimonial property. So what he acquired before you ni yake. What you acquired before him ni yako. Okay? What you acquire while in that marriage is considered matrimonial property in quotes. Meaning that there is a high possibility the court will say both parties contributed. But when you split, either party must prove contribution. It's not automatic. Sawa. So huwezi kuja ukasema tu hii gari tuuze nichukue half. What did he contribute to the purchase of this car? Kama ni shamba, the same thing. So once you are done with the divorce, you have to move to another court for determination of matrimonial property. Who gets what? The first process, the court will give you an opportunity to talk and agree. Go for mediation, agree, mimi nitabaki na hii shamba ya Kamulu, wewe chukua hii ya Syokimau. Mimi nitachukua hii ya Kikuyu, wewe chukua ile ya Tao. You know all that. If you do not agree, now the court will tell you prove contribution and split it in equal measure or depending on contribution. Contribution doesn't have to be monetary. You ladies, you guys are amazing. Mothers, if there are any mothers in the house,
hello,
salute you. Motherhood is contribution. Nanipata?
Yes.
Yeah, the fact that you have stayed at home taking care of those children, it is contribution. So do not feel like simply because you didn't put any money to the land, you are useless. No, your contribution taking care of those children, giving birth, making sure they go to school, you teach them homework, you're working with them, the court computes that as contribution. And at times it can even equate to 50-50, depending on the complexities of bringing up the children. So do not fear, okay? So it's not just monetary contribution. Have I answered all your questions? The period that a divorce takes can be from between 3 months to as much as even 1 year, depending on how complex it is. But remember, divorce proceedings are private. Once you do them, everyone else will be told to leave the court. The two of you will remain. So if there is any dirty linen to be aired, it's between you, your spouse, and the judge. And it remains there. And even when it's published, no names are written, it's initials. So you'll never know who that person was. It's a very private affair. When it comes to the issues of children is handled by a different court. So there is a divorce court, there is also a children court. So mkitaka kupigania watoto, go and take that matter to the children court.
Nice.
It will handle issues to do with children. Who gets custody? What is the maintenance? For example, if after, and it can happen simultaneously, and you don't need to divorce for you to get maintenance. You don't need to be married for you to take the deadbeat father to court. You don't need to be married to take that dead father to court, the deadbeat father to court. Okay? So long as his name appears in the birth certificate, sue that fella. Okay? If you didn't take out the birth certificate with his name, and you go with that birth certificate to court, and he challenges, the court will tell you do a DNA, pay it. But if it comes out positive, he has to refund you. Okay? So you don't need to be married to do that. So when you're going to court on a children's court, you're either seeking custody. What you're seeking the court to do is to determine nani atakuwa na custody. Women, the court favors you, definitely, because you are a mother. The law feels like ladies are more affectionate, you are loving, you are caring, Yeah. So, as opposed to us, we are busy looking for money. And that's the truth. That's why when you find, it's very rare to find widowers, but it's very easy to find widows. It's rare to find widowers, but it's easy to find widows. Most often than not, you ladies, once you love, you really love. And if that man, God takes him home a few years after you live with the man, rarely do you find women deciding to find another man. But for the men, it becomes a bit difficult. Don't blame us. Because if I have 3 kids and God has taken you home, I have to look for these kids. I can't be there to do what you guys do. That's why I'm telling you, I celebrate mothers, because what you do, honestly, men can't do.
Wow, amazing.
So if you want anything to do with children, go to the children court. The court will make a determination on who will have custody and how much money shall be paid by either party towards maintenance and upkeep of that way. Okay, this is a whole big topic, so we can't handle it in this session. You can reach out on my Instagram or TikTok or Facebook page, MC Wakili.
Amazing, amazing. Let us appreciate MC, the man. Let's appreciate MC Wakili. You have a question?
Yeah.
Please ask.
We've said that there's African traditional marriage and there's civil marriage. So I want to know, in the African traditional marriage and the civil, how do you get the certificate for the African traditional marriage?
Ratio.
So hizo ratio hizo zote. So what you will do is that kuna state law office website. It actually tells you the things you're supposed to do. But in summary, for the traditional African marriages, because cultures in mingi, like in Kenya we have over 43 cultures.
Yeah.
So there is no one fit all mechanism. But you'll need both of you to swear an affidavit confirming that you are married under, for example, the Kamba customary law. And then you utaelezea what are the rights that were done. Kama kuna ndeo, kuna gasia, those ones you explain. And then there needs to be a letter from the chief of the local area confirming on that particular date this thing happened. Okay? And then you register it with the registrar of marriages. And you need to register that within 6 months after celebration of that traditional ceremony. Okay? Once the registrar confirms it's done, you will be given a certificate the same way ule wa kanisa akona certificate. Just that yako itaandikwa you are married under the Luo customary law or Kikuyu customary law, and it's actually a marriage. But understand this: all African customary marriages and Islamic marriages are all potentially polygamous. It's only civil and Christian and Hindu that are monogamous. So have that caveat in mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Joe Maina, MC Wakili. Follow him on social media. Show your love. Show your love. Makofi yake.
Thank you. And before I go, what I will tell you, this is off the ball, is I really love MCing.
Yes.
I love the law.
Yes.
To me, whatever you are, my personal mantra in life is that I want to go back to my maker empty.
Yeah.
So leave that. Go back empty.
Nice.
The best brains are in the gravesite.
Yes.
So usipeleke hiyo maarifa na mawazo yako na akili hiyo safi kwa kaburi, tumia. So when you appear before your maker, you will tell him, I am empty.
Yes.
I used everything I had.
Yeah.
So whatever you think you have, you know you have, or imagine you have, use it. Pursue everything.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Maina, MC Wakili. You can appreciate him better. Asante sana. Wakili, God bless you. Asante sana.